budgeting. Budgeting sucks, right? But I feel that we are really not very good at budgeting as a country, maybe. Just for the fact that I don't think we actually really got taught about budgeting, how to be good with your money, how to know what you should spend on things. I don't think we really learn anything about that other than what your parents teach you, right? And I was lucky and I had really good parents that were really good at budgeting and being really good with money. And I learned a lot. But even with all that, I pretty much used to spend every single dollar I made, right? Mostly in high school. I'd work, I'd get a paycheck, and I'd spend it on my car. And that pretty much carried out through college. And then I graduated college and I got an engineering job and made way more money, was just as broke and poor because I did the same thing, right? I bought a Corvette. That was stupid. I really, right? I could spend this much money on a car, this much money on a four-wheeler, this much money on a snowmobile, this much money on this much money on that. And then I'd have X amount of money left over to party and boom, gone, right? So I think that's how a lot of people kind of function. They look at, okay, I make this much and then I need this much to live, this much for this much for that, this much for that. And by the time you're done, you save zero money, right? And I think we're all kind of under this, we're under this lie that a 401k is enough, where me personally, I don't think is enough, no matter how much money you make or how much whatever. I don't think a 401k is the best avenue. It's definitely a good avenue. It's better than nothing, but I don't think it's very ideal, mostly for most people, right? But the reason I kind of wanted to talk about budgeting was when I figured out, like, all right, this is dumb. I can't just keep blowing all this money. Like, I make all this money and I have nothing to show for it, right? And that's when I started reading and educating myself about, not being in debt. Or if you do have debt, you have good debt, right? Debt that makes you money, not just debt like a stupid car that by the time you buy it, you paid like double for it. And at the same time, it's worth half, right? So like just things kind of like along that train of thought, right? But what I did was I pretty much sat down and like looked at what I was spending money on my, like, let's say on my credit card, right? Because I buy everything on that. And for the points, right? Why not? But anyway, so I looked and I was like, okay, so this is stupid. I went out to eat like a million times. That didn't help me. And I like to eat, right? I went to the bar and spent this much every weekend. That was dumb. I went and did all this, and that. And I kind of figured out all the places I was like blowing money. And then I got rid of those things that I was blowing money on. And that's how I was able to like save up money and get like the first rental, right? And after that, it all kind of came together like, okay, if I start thinking about this differently, instead of me spending the money I work for, I can save the money that I work for, take that pile of money, buy something that produces you income, right? For example, a rental, and that income that you get off of that property, that can buy you that thing that you want, right? So just a different way of like thinking of things, instead of, because that asset's going to keep giving you money no matter what, right? And if you do, let's just say you have a bunch of rentals and you make $5,000 a month and you want to drive a Lambo, why not? Right? It's free money. You didn't work for it. I mean, you did work for it, but it's different than if you went to work every single day to make $5,000 a month and then you just had that car, right? You're literally working to have that car that's going to be worth nothing one day. If you work really hard, take all that money, throw it into real estate, buy 10 rentals, make that $5,000, whatever it is. I don't even know how many rentals I said, but take that money and buy that thing you want with the money you get off of an income producing asset. Then it doesn't really matter what you spend that money on, because that money is essentially, not to say it's free, but it's a business, but it's completely different than, you have like your little money soldiers, right? So right now you're like the money soldier and you're doing all the work to get the money. So you're working for the money. But when you get to that point, the money works for you, right? And then that's where you can like afford to do whatever you want with the money, because you're not working for the money's working for you. But I kind of got on a tangent, but budgeting, that's really helped me stay on track and not blow stupid money on stupid things, right? Because it's really easy on our phones to just, oh, I kind of need this, go on Amazon, buy it. Oop, I bought 2 of them, it's okay, right? So that's kind of what I do. It happens to me all the time. There's literally a mountain of Amazon boxes in my garage because of the puppy, but it happens, right? So it's really hard to budget and stay on track, but once you do it, you can kind of get out of that rat trap, right? And stop spending that much money. When you look at your budget, you'll actually be surprised, if you haven't looked at it, how much money you blow on silly things, right? That you could save instead of blow. And saving that money, even if you don't invest it, is better than just throwing away on something worthless. But hope this video helped. And if you have any questions on budgeting, I think I have worksheets from when I did mine. I can see if I can find them. But it's just a simple worksheet where you kind of like write down all your expenses, all your income, and you can actually see it on paper and then figure out what you can do to improve your budget. So hope you have a great night, and talk to you later.